Hey, yo, what's going on, you guys? Hope Summers and Nico are in spotlights tomorrow. This right here is a deck list using both those cards, as well as the Season Pass card Gwenpool, and you're using a fan favorite Hitmonkey. My friend Not My Dance absolutely cooked with this list. Let's go ahead and break it down. Hope Summers has a very unique ability. Whenever you play a card on Hope Summers, you get +1 max energy for the next turn. If you play multiple cards onto Hope Summers that same turn, that has multiple additional energies you're getting on the next turn. So if you play 2 cards, you get +2 energy the next turn, 3 cards on Hope Summers, +3 energy the next turn. So this card can really help you ramp out or just get all your cards on the board. Especially with this list, which we're going to go over here in a second, it is very unique. But first, let me show you guys what Nico does as well. So Nico is a very unique one-drop. If you guys don't know what Nico does, she has the ability to offer 6 unique spells that change every single turn. Whether it's turning a card into a demon, whether it's destroying a card so you can draw 2 cards, moving a card location to the right, adding power to a card, changing a card's location, adding a copy of that card to your hand, doubling Nico's power. Those are all the different spells that she can encompass for you, and it changes every single turn. And if you bounce Nico, you can use spells again, but it's not like the same spell again. Just you're seeing her a lot in bounce, you're seeing her a lot in destroy, you're seeing her in some of these pixie packages. She's just an all-around good card that you can put into anything. She's the best one drop in the game. But yeah, so Nico's fantastic, especially in this list. Let me show you guys why here as we look over the list before we break each card down individually. So this is going to be the list on screen. Deck code will be down in the description below. I'm about to break each card down individually as well, and I will show you guys what would be a substitution for these cards if you do not have them as well. All right, starting off with the first card of this list, we have Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde is a card you can play every single turn, something you can play onto Hope Summers, something you can play with Hitmonkey to get buffed, something that can get buffed with Nico, something you could potentially even keep in your hand to get some Gwenpool value. Kitty is an all-around great card. Unfortunately, there's not a direct substitution for Kitty Pryde, so she is a necessity in this list. Next, we have Rocket Raccoon. So, Rocket is a card you're going to be using late game. A lot of these one-drops you use late game to be able to use with Hitmonkey after you've played cards on top of your Hope Summers. This enables you to get a bigger Hitmonkey and to get some better value after Gwenpool, which hopefully you're getting these one-drops hit by Gwenpool so you have other cards to go crazy vertically with. And using this later game, it gives you a better opportunity to be able to get that +4 power that you get from playing Rocket on the same lane an opponent played a card. Next, of course, we have Nico. If you don't have Nico in this list, you could substitute her out for a different one-drop. Maybe you're using it for an Intel. Maybe you're using a Hawkeye on Curve just to get some extra power, or you're maybe using a Yondu or an Iceman kind of thing. Isn't a necessity, but a very solid card to have in this list. And like I was saying, she has 6 different spells to be able to help you. Hydra Bob, honestly, is just a crazy good card for the stats. So for the 5 power, and it only moons if you or your opponent snapped on the turn. Either Hydra Bob's on the board or you played Hydra Bob. So if your opponent snaps and you don't play Hydra Bob, like your opponent snaps on turn 2 and you don't play Hydra Bob till turn 3, Hydra Bob doesn't move. So it's something to be able to either bait out snaps or yourself to kind of just like predict and move around Hydra Bob. And if you don't have Hydra Bob, you could always use Titania or potentially Martyr instead. It gets a little bit clunkier because Titania does switch to your opponent's side of the board if they potentially don't have priority and you play Titania first. And then Martyr, of course, can legit lose you the game. Next, we have White Widow. White Widow is just a really solid tech option we have in here, giving you some additional value playing onto an Angela or playing onto the Hope Summers in this list. If you don't have White Widow, you could use Silk or a Lizard. It is a little weird with the Silk value as well because it's bouncing around, but if you can lock everything on the board, you can get some additional White Widow value, or, I mean, some additional Silk value. And Lizard, of course, if your opponent plays 4 cards, it's really bad because, you know, your Lizard becomes a 2-1, and that really doesn't help you. But I'd probably do Silk if you had to choose between the two. Next, you have Angela. Angela gets +1 power whenever you play a card here. So it's really just good in the Kitty Shell, and already with Hope Summers and everything, you can play them onto the same lane, which is what I do a lot of, honestly, in this video as well, as I play the cards onto the Angela in order to get the Angela buff as well, so she goes vertical. And because if you play the Hope Summers on Angela and they do try to Red Guardian you on Curve, it's a 50-50 to either hit Angela or to hit Hope Summers. And we don't have to have extra energy in this list, but I'm using it a lot to be able to slam the monkey down. And then, of course, we have Jeffrey. If you don't have Jeffrey, you could probably do something like a Nocturne or a Nightcrawler. I know we already have Nocturne in this list, but any sort of little mover or like a solid 2-drop would work instead of Jeff. But you're playing this onto your Hope Summers in order to get the extra power, and then you can move it off. So it's not clogging the Hope Summers or clogging the Angela lane. So that is the main usage for Jeff in this list. Then, of course, we have the Mysterios. Mysterios you're not playing until the end of the game, okay? You're playing your Mysterios after they've been hit by a Gwenpool. When they've been hit by Gwenpool, you get the extra power. So if they get +2, and this is a 2/6 Mysterio, the clones have 2 power, and then the original Mysterio has 6 power. So keep that in mind. If they got all 3 hits, you will have a 10-powered Mysterio, and then you will have 2 6-powered clones, which is absolutely insane. Just super focal and like just a great usage. You're using this late game to with our Hitmonkey, which Hitmonkey got a buff in the most recent OTA a couple weeks ago. Hitmonkey, you're playing at the end of the game. He's a very focal point in this list. You unfortunately cannot swap out Hitmonkey, so you do need to have Hitmonkey in this list to slam all this extra power down, and Hitmonkey gets crazy big, as you guys will also see in this video. So, of course, whenever you play cards with Hitmonkey, he gets +2. If you play the Mysterios with Hitmonkey, he gets +6 because this Mysterios card has 3 individual cards being played on the board. Hope Summers is another focal piece and is the deck we are, of course, highlighting with Hope Summers over here. Like I was saying, you get +1 energy next turn if you played cards onto Hope Summers, so you potentially could get up to +3 max energy on the next turn if you were to play 3 cards onto Hope Summers, which can get crazy. And you don't necessarily have to get +3 all the time, but it would enable you to be able to get even more Hitmonkey value if you have a bunch of cards in your hand. And then next, of course, you have Nocturne. And like I was saying, Nocturne isn't necessarily a necessity, but it's a great stat line with a 3/5. It's a great card to get hit by Gwenpool as well. It enables you to be able to change locations, move cards off of your Hope Summers. It also could be swapped out for another little mover like a Nightcrawler or maybe a different 3-cost if you want to go maybe Techie. You could potentially do Sage. Sage, it gets a little bit interesting. You really have to maximize your Hope Summers if you want to do Sage instead. But that would be a swap is like either maybe even Bishop. Bishop's not horrible because Bishop can give you some extra power as well, especially if you're doing a lot of the slamming late game. But I love Nocturne in this list. And of course, Gwenpool. Gwenpool is the other necessity card you have to be able to buff all the little cards in your hand to be able to get some more maximized value out of Gwenpool. The Season Pass card as well. But she is just absolutely phenomenal, and you're going to see us get some crazy value with her in this list. And now we're going to go ahead and jump into some gameplay. Gameplay is recorded from stream from yesterday. If you guys do enjoy the content, definitely feel free to watch the content live. We stream pretty much every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then also check out my boy, Not My Dance, who made this list. Also, his link will be down in the description below. He also streams on Twitch. But anywho, hope you guys enjoy the video, and then I will check you guys out at the very end of the video. We do start with Kitty Pryde over here. Okay. That's fair win. Let's see what we can do over here. After turn 4, so Vis procs before Starlight Citadel, so I go Angela left first. So that makes a lot of sense over here. You said, I feel like the bad stuff, I like all the bad stuff, and I recognize as a flaw. I will not go seeking any help for it. Fair enough. I'm going to go Hope over here. We're going to have 2 cards that cost or have 4 power, so if they were to regarding us, it's a 50-50, so I like this. You have to upgrade more cards in order to get more cards, Darth Snow. I'm having a great weekend, Wayne. How are you doing? How are you doing? This is going to be a White Widow into a Jeffrey. So we're going to draw cards here, and then we're also going to get the Raft to swap over to Asgard, and we are going to be chilling. I want you guys to see this right here firsthand. Ironland. It's Absorbing Man, which hit nothing. Come on, and Raft goes far left. And we get the Raft card. Oh, we did not get the Raft card. I lied. Don't listen to me. We were close, though. Very, very close. Okay, and then we're going to go Gwenpool into Nocturne. And then we're going to get Exceeding Value all over the place over here. Exceeding Value all over the place over here. I'm having an absolutely fantastic weekend. How are you doing, Wayne? Let me see. I could still get the Raft card. That is true. I could have gone that way. I'm going to go do this. This. That. Is there actually... Yeah, no. That and that. And this looks pretty solid. If it's Ultron... Say Ultron me. I beat Ultron. Right? 12. Yeah, we beat Ultron. We should beat Ultron, I think. Right? 9 plus 3. 9 plus 4 is 13. We have 15 middle.
There's no strings on me.
Yeah. Perfect. There we go. All right. So we're heading into our next game. We're not going to be playing pretty much most of these one drops till like a final turn. We're trying to like maximize our Hope Summers potentially hit monkey value. I will play Angela into Hope Summers because I'll be playing more than likely into this lane regardless of what's happening. And it looks like we got some Ravonna stuff going on here. I'm probably thinking Athena is coming down. I won't play on a Hotel Inferno. I kind of want to get these draws instead. Well, this is not my build to me. And we're using Hope Summers to get some more value instead of using Black Swan. So we don't, and we only have 4 1-drops. If we had more 1-drops, we might play some Hope Summers. But we're just playing a tempo rogue? Homie, what?
I am Iron Man.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough, but like, that's crazy. So I kind of, that's the only thing is I don't have, since I played Gwenpool, I don't have a move card I can play on a Hope to get extra value. I could do a Jeff into a White Widow thing here, but I kind of want to save the rest of our cards. Middle's also not like dead by any means, so I don't know what's happened. Ironheart into Sage, okay. Okay, middle might be dead now. We get Mysterio into a Jane. It is a Mr. Negative list. It is Mr. Negative. Let's do this. Yeah, losing Mysterio is very sad. But we are going to make this work. Let me actually Nico this, that, that. Okay. Cannot say I was expecting a Taskmaster right there. And we do win tiebreaker. That was very interesting. All right, so we got Pet Mansion. Normally, I don't like playing Kitty Pryde onto Pet Mansion or playing onto the farthest left location just in case some cheese happens. But let's see what we got going on over here. Turn 1 Chavez. This is just a totally a card buff list, I would say. Dark Dimension gets a little interesting. I could kind of cheese this a little bit. And if I get a Mysterio, not Mysterio, if I get a Hitmonkey, I can play a Hitmonkey onto Dark Dimension and get some value there, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, this is totally a buff deck hand kind of situation going on. Let's see, Strange Academy. I'm going to go Nocturne. Just keep loading this up a little bit. And they got Nakia. Wow. Nakia got the Chavez hit too. This is going to be kind of crazy. They have the perfect hand. Like, literally perfect hand over here. Who can use it if you don't have Bob? Titania. Maybe Martyr. You just have to kind of just worry about what they do at the end of the game kind of thing. Yeah, or Ant-Man also would work. Got an inked blue crackle on your Deadpool. Nice. Wait, what the? This is a snap condition because we're hitting Mysterio's, Kitty Pryde, and our Hitmonkey here. This is totally a snap condition. Well, we get 8 powered Mysterios. I mean, we don't go for. We literally don't go for right at all, right? Or, let me see. Hold up. If I do the math correctly, Nocturne, Jeff, Real Mysterio, Hitmonkey, Kitty. That is 8, 16 plus 1, 2, 3, 16 plus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, so it's 29 power coming there. Then I have my Rocket and Hydra Bob. I think this actually should be dub. I win the right lane, and I should win left lane, and I have a 4 power Mysterio going in the middle because I got hit by the Gwenpool. This looks pretty good. We go for right. There's no way they can get on the right. Of course, it's freaking dangerous. Every time Nocturne is giving me these crazy locations. Oh my gosh. And Hitmonkey survives! Oh my gosh. Wow. That is actually insane. Mamma mia. Mama freaking mia. Bro, Nocturne chose violence, but we did not get punished, okay? Did not get punished. Holy moly. Okay, so we're starting off this with some interesting locations. We got Asgard. We have a decent hand. We're going to play Kitty on the far right lane because just crazy stuff usually happens when you play Kitty on the left lane. To be fair, it gets a little cheeky. We are playing Mill from the looks of it, so a lot of our low-cost cards we probably would be wanting kind of getting tossed around. And it looks like it might be the Clog version of Mill, if I'm not mistaken. So playing this Angela is actually pretty risky. Because they're going to be doing some debris stuff. I mean, Nocturne's going to give us some really good value here, too. So I like being able to have this card to move out of the way. It really helps into this Mill matchup. So I'm actually here for this. I like having a movable card. I feel like is pretty solid. Is that White Widow? Gladiator. Okay, so it's Titania Gladiator. I hit the White Widow. Okay, this is still doable for us. Yes, Nando, I actually got a mill list I can show you right after this one. This is gonna be Gwenpool. Gwenpool on Curve feels really good right here. They could magic us on Asgard, which would be interesting. It's either magic or something crazier. It's Nocturne, okay. So we get the draws as well. We have some immense value for ourselves. I'm going to go Hope into Jeffrey here, which will allow us to play almost all of our one-drops. Or I could go... If I do this actually instead, this allows me to play... I think it's just this and this. I have 7 energy. I can play Hitmonkey and 2 one-drops. I just don't play Kitty Pryde this game anymore. It is no longer a Kitty Pryde game. Cable gets my Nico, and then Zemo gets nothing. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Huh? What? What's up, Blitch? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. I do this and this, and then Hit Monkey, Hydra Bob, Titania, or Titania, Hydra Bob, and they always play card middle. They don't play card middle. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Okay, so... What is that? Is that just Red Hulk? I think it's just Red Hulk, but I think we got this. Oh, damn. Okay. We really got it. So even though we lost all of our cards, Asgard actually really helped us in order to make it so the mill wasn't really that great for them. Got Nate in the house. Cool. Deadpool 3 is great. Let me see. Let me see. I mean, the tempo there, like, I have to not